Oh, hello, Pedro. We are live on Instagram and we are live on Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitter and we are live generally. How are you?
Hey, Mayor, awesome. And you?
Very good, very good. I'm doing very good, feeling great, doing great. What's happening with you?
I mean, just busy. It's been busy few days and implementing some of the stuff that you've been helping us and coaching us on. And
Yeah,
I mean, generally great, generally great.
good. We like generally great. Great. I love generally great, actually.
I mean, everything. I mean, personally, marriage, family, business, everything is looking up. So,
Good, very nice. So, what are we going to talk about today?
well, actually, what I wanted to talk about mostly is about relationships. Because you have the Family Academy going on, and
Yeah,
I mean, it's that program is life changing, and so that's really what I want to talk about: relationships, marriage, so that.
okay. So let's talk about relationship. I like
Yes.
that.
So well,
So what?
the main reason I want to talk about that, other than you're promoting it, right? But so
Yeah,
I told you this before, like you are like the main. Actually, I mean, besides what I did, right, and fixing it, but you're the only reason I'm currently married. Because if not, I'm for sure I'd be divorced, and I wouldn't have the amazing marriage I have, and the amazing daughter that I have, and the second daughter coming on the way. So that's really the main reason I want to bring this up, because I know so many more people need to hear this and will benefit from this, like I did.
yeah. Okay, good. So let's talk about something that just happened today. One of my students have is in a relationship. She's married and she have kids,
Hmm.
and they have a lot of problem internally. The father and the mother have a little bit, or a lot of a problem, and the father and the kids have problems, and the mother is in the middle, and the kids are unhappy about the father, and there is a mess.
Wow.
Yeah, and the question is, what do you do? How do you handle it? By the way, I think that my picture is frozen. Is correct or not?
Yes, it is frozen right now.
Oh my God, we don't want a frozen picture. Let's see why it is frozen. Okay, again, let me try again. It is frozen. Let's see why. Give me a second. Debug, debug, debug. Okay. Okay. One second, one second. Boom. Here we go.
Yeah,
Hello.
that was easy.
Yeah, that was a save. Okay. Okay. So what's happened in that relationship is quite amazing. So there was a deterioration in the relationship. Okay.
Hmm.
Over time there was a deterioration, and they got to a point where the kids telling the mother, listen, you really need to end that relationship. And of course it's not the right handling, but the kids are
Yeah,
really like, it's not right, it's not
I
right,
did
it's not
that. Not good.
right. So the first thing that the mother had to understand is what actually happening. The kids, I was explaining in the last interviews that there is this thing that I'm calling the relationship snake. The relationship snake is someone that come to you and tell you about someone else, how bad he
Hmm.
is, when the
Yep.
someone else is not there to protect himself. And the
Yep.
kids actually poisoning the mother against the father.
Hmm.
And so the mother fight with the father, and the father get more upset, and he fights with the kids, and the kids tell the mother, poison the mother again, and it goes like that in total
Yep.
mess.
Yep.
Now I'm not making the father right. It's not right the way that he behave at all. But if the mother wants to become cause of the relationship, she needs to do two things. Number one, she needs to decide if she wants to stay in the marriage. And if, my opinion, if you have kids, in 99.99999% of the cases, you fix the marriage. And
Yeah.
any marriage can be fixed. Any marriage can be fixed.
Uh-huh.
So the first thing the mother needs to decide, okay, I'm going to fix the marriage. And she needs to become what I call the father PR department, public relationship department. She needs to market this father all day long to the kids. And when the kids have something to say against the father, she says, hey, no, you want to tell me something? Tell me when he's here to defend himself.
Yep.
Exactly the same like you wanted me to do if someone will complain about you. You want to be able to give your side of the story. And she needs to close the kids on that to understand, listen, it's not okay to talk about other people when they're not there. End of cycle, no more. We're not doing it anymore. She needs to be very nice, but very firm about it. We are not doing it. And every possible situation, she needs to promote the father. She needs to explain how amazing is the father. They are living in a beautiful place, a beautiful house, in a beautiful environment. They're going to private school. They're doing lots of good things. And she needs to tell them, look, 99% of society is not like that. And it's not important if they're in a good school or not, or if they're living good life or not. The father is the father. He's got a good intention. And if the venom will stop, if the snakes will stop actually biting the father, the relationship will improve. So this is step number one. Mm-hmm. And this is really important to realize that that's what's happening, which usually it's not the case, but the kids in that case were the snakes. Number two, whenever there is a problem when there's an argument, let's say the father gets upset, the lawyers were not fighting in front of the kids. Mm-hmm. Whatever, we don't fight in front of the kids. You do whatever you can. So what do you do? What do you do when the father gets upset? Let's say the father gets upset because of whatever happened and he's getting really upset. All you do at that time, if the kids are around, or for as long as, even if the kids are not around, for as long as the father is there, he just needs to know that you understand him. So you tell him, I understand you. And you really understand him. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily that you agree with him, but you understand him. Until such time as the explosion gone. Because if you really just understand him, he cannot do anything. He will relax. And then if he will come, usually what's happening, I'm giving the example of the father, but it can be the other way around. Right, of course. But of the father, in that case, he comes and he says, you're never doing anything at home, and I have to do everything, and I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I work hard, and I bring the money, and you sitting at home all day doing nothing. Now, what you need to know, if you're smart, you need to understand what the father actually is telling you. Mm-hmm. The father is not telling you that you're not productive. He's saying those are the words, you're not productive, you're not working, you're using my money, you spend too much, all those complaints. What actually is telling you is something totally different. And if you will hear what he actually say, you will handle the problem.
It's a cry for help.
Almost. What the father actually says is, you never actually admired me or acknowledged me enough for all the work I'm doing. And if the wife says, you know what, you are right. You're working so hard, you bring money, and you're doing so well, and I admire you that you're making it go right all the time, and you always take our family forward, and you always push, and you always look for ways to do good for us. And she will start to admire what's good about him. He will not complain about it anymore. Because what he actually complained is about you not admiring him enough, and you never heard that. You heard the noise and not the actual message. And if the actual message will be heard, the answer will be appropriate. Because otherwise, what's happening, you imagine that you are the wife, and I say, you don't make money, but actually, in my mind, what I say, you don't acknowledge me enough. And you start to answer about you don't make money. I'll get upset that you don't actually answering my question.
Yeah, he doesn't,
And
he
whenever
doesn't,
you will
get me. He
answer,
doesn't understand me.
sorry?
He said, "You don't get him. You don't understand him."
Exactly, you don't understand him. And the
Yep.
situation will deteriorate. So what you need to know is when someone is upset with you, he is upset with you only for as long as you did not understand him. The moment that you actually understand him, he will stop being upset with you regardless of what happened. This is really an amazing law. When someone is upset, he is upset because he's been misunderstood. And the moment that you will actually get the hidden communication, because there's always a hidden communication that he feels that he cannot say for whatever reason, but he's trying to tell you. So for as long as you don't understand it, you will become the target. He will become upset with you. He will criticize you. People will criticize you for as long as you didn't actually discover what secretly they want to tell you. Because they're upset only about one thing. You did not get what I'm trying to tell you.
That's interesting. Now, that's like new to me because how about, well, I know I get the understanding part. Now, how is it when, because a lot of times people will criticize when they do something against someone or they're not in exchange. So how can one differentiate?
It's the same thing. If I committed the sin against you, I don't like that sin, and I want you to please discover it to help me not hiding it, because the hiding killing me. So I'll be very upset with you that you don't get the communication. I tell you, for example, I say, you're really bad, you've done this, you've done this, you've done it. What the actual communication is, listen, I've done something really bad against you. I cannot say it, and you're bad because you don't recognize it. Because if you knew about it, we will have an actual communication.
Yeah.
It's actually the same thing. If someone is upset with you, he will be upset with you only for as long as you did not discover what he actually tried to tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's seeking understanding.
Yeah, it's really the point is, if I communicate to you, you get upset with me, I need to be very, very aware that I need to find something that I cannot see right now. So I need to ask from a different way. So you tell me, well, you don't work, and you say, okay, fine, I understand, I don't work. But what else do you want to tell me? Well, I want to tell you that you don't work. Yes, I know, but what else? Well, I want to tell you that I'm working very hard. And if you are smart, you're like, that's what actually you want to tell me. Oh yes, I know. I actually realize right now I didn't tell you that you're working very hard and how much I appreciate you and how much I admire you for that and how amazing you are and blah 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 blah. And all of a sudden, if that was the actual communication, bingo, no more fights, no more upset, and the magic happened. The other side becomes the most willing person in the universe. He will do for you anything. If you understand the other person, he will kill for you. If you don't understand them, they will kill you.
Wow.
Really fascinating. If you understand the other person, if you get what the guy trying to actually tell you, he will kill for you. If you don't understand, he will kill you. And this is so important. Now, of course, there are tools and there are many, many more things to know about relationship. But this is one of the important things, because without good relationship, there's no happiness, there's no income, there's no health, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah. It's one of the things I learned very early with you was like when people are having trouble with their business, the real problem is in their relationship and in their family. Like, so then you would go help, and I mean, you have plenty of these stories and examples, and I mean, I'm one of them of people that, yeah, they're having trouble with their business, and you just go back, help them with their relationship, boom, their business booms.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually amazing. People tell me, well, you are you're supposed to help me with the business. Why do you care so much about what's happening with my family? Why do you care so much about my relationship with myself? Why do you care so much about my spiritual side? Because the business is a manifestation of your spiritual condition. And if your relationship are not in good state, your spiritual condition is in a terrible state.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really fascinating, and then you cannot create. Let's say hello for a few people that are here. So we have people on Instagram. Number one, I see Alex on Instagram. Hi,
Yeah.
Alex. Yes. So if you are,
I see my friend Edward on YouTube. Doing what I told you about yesterday.
Yes, I see Edward. Hi. Yes, I see him. And I see the amazing Della. I love Della. I really love you. And I see a Facebook user that's also say hello. And who else? Vijaya, so nice to see you. You are here. So nice to see you. Yes. And someone from Neil from South Africa. It is late for you. I thought that I'm the only crazy guy.
It's contagious, Mary. You're contagious.
And another Facebook user. Wow, I love the concept of hidden communication. Nice. And another one. Hi, Pedro Cardone. This is some Facebook user.
Yeah, that was. I saw who did that. Who said the comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if I can find it.
And another Facebook user. Hi, Mayor Ezra. Waiting for tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow we have the Family Academy. And the Family Academy is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're on Instagram, you can find the link on my bio. And otherwise, you can find the link right on the screen. It is www.meirezra.com/family. And I see.
That was Shimai. That's
sorry?
That was Shimai.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and I see Avishai also here. Yes, Avishai Ziv. Hi, nice to see you. And more people are in Instagram. Raj and Tara. I see Tara. Nice to see everyone. Okay, let's talk more about relationships. By the way, if you have any questions, you can write on the comment, and I will see the comments and I can answer the questions if you have any questions. Okay.
Hey, so one of the things and one of the most precious relationships I have, which is in great part to what I've learned from you, is the relationship with my daughter. So seeing her, like validating her and seeing her just be, and the way she communicates, even since before she was born. I mean, she's been communicating with us before she was born. And for some people that may not be very real, but if you really pay attention, they're always communicating. So
always communicating, yes.
Yes, it's amazing. I mean, even the one that's in the that we're going to have soon, she's going to be born in September. I mean, she's been communicating for a while. so it's quite interesting. Because a lot of people, I guess, don't really validate those communications with their children, and then the children will act up or they'll start screaming or crying. So how can we help people with that relationship?
Okay, good. So what we need to understand in order to get the concept is we need to understand that on Earth there are different life forms. There are amoebas, there are animals, there are cats, there are different life forms. And one of those life forms is people. And parents think that children is a special life form. Why do I say that? Because how do you know what's the different life forms? You behave to different life forms differently. You behave to virus differently than what you behave to an animal and differently to what you behave to people. So if you behave to them differently, it means that you think that they are different life forms. Now, parents and adults generally, but parents especially, think that children are different life form than people, and they behave to them differently. What do I mean? If I will do to you what an average parent do to their children, you will kill me. You will kill me. So, for example, you will see children that come to parents that come to the children, and the children sit down and play a game, and they come and say, "Okay, that's it. We're going whoops," and pulling them. If someone would come in the middle of you working or doing something and pull your hand, he will be probably in hospital for at least a week.
Yeah, I mean, another good example is when people like they give the child a toy or they give them something, and then they're telling the child how to play with their own toy. So it's like you're something, and you're like, "Let me use it how I want to use it."
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to break it. Oh, you're going to ruin it. It's theirs. Let them do with it whatever they want.
Exactly. So the thing to understand is that children are not a different life form. Children are people with feeling, with upsets, with loves, with hates, they're just people, and the only difference is that they have small bodies. So actually there are two differences. The number one is that they have small body, and the number two, that the intention is always good. Always. Children intention is always good, not sometimes good, always good. And if you don't understand it, you will misevaluate them. You will evaluate them by the results and not by the intention. You have to evaluate children only based on the intention and never based on the results. And when you look at bad results, even if the results are 100% proven to be terrible, if you will go and look for the intention and know that it's a good intention, you will find the most surprising viewpoint that children have on how they're actually trying to do the right thing. And once you get that, bingo, you have it. I think one of the best stories, you heard me telling that story more than once, about Neo and Hadar. Neo and Hadar is my son and my daughter. So Hadar have a curly hair, like I used to have. And when she was, I think, 6 or something like that, Neo used to pull her hair, but badly, strong, like terrible. One day I came home and there's a big crying show, and my wife said, "Look, they're your children. You handle them." So I went to Neo, and he's crying, and Adar is crying. So I'm going to Neo's room, and he's crying, and I go on the floor and I cry with him, and he looks at me and he says, "You cannot do that." And I say, "So Neo, I hear that you pull Hadar's hair." And he says, "Yes." And I said to him, I know that you have good intention. So I want to understand, how do you want to help her? So he looked at me like, really, he gave me the look like I'm the most stupid person in the universe. Like, you don't understand? You're asking me this simple question. What are you, blind? Yeah, it's so obvious. And he says, "What do you mean?" Of course, I love her. I want to help her. So I said, "Okay, so how does pulling the hair helping her? It's painful for her." So he says, "Yes, it's painful for a short time, but she wants straight hair. And I saw her ironing the hair, so I want to help her so she will have straight hair all the time, because that's what she really like."
Yep.
So he really was trying to help his sister to have what she wants, and he thought, "Okay, so she has a little bit of pain." What? So of course, I explained to him the whole thing about how you straighten hair and what's a different type of hairs, and we got him to see different type of hairs and why you use an iron, etc., etc. It never happened again. Never.
Right.
We didn't need to punish him. We didn't need to nothing. We never punish. We never do this thing. We just get them to understand. And if you understand the good intention, and then explain to them how they can use the intention and what's the rules of the physical universe, bingo, they become amazing, and there is never ever a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that story so many times, and I always love it. It's such a great story. I actually,
Yes.
for us with Alina, so she's a year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half. And one thing that she does is like she'll have her water bottle. So we're having dinner. She takes the water bottle when she's done, and she puts it down and starts putting it all on the table, right?
Yeah.
And like our first reaction was like, no. But then we noticed, we're like, wait, there's a reason she's doing this. She wants to help. And then we're like, she wants to help us clean.
Yeah.
We're like, because she sees us after we're done, where we take the little spray bottle and we wipe it all down. So now, instead of saying no or anything, we just let her. We give her a paper towel, and then she just cleans it. And she's very happy. And she's like always wanting to help, and we're always like validating her for doing that.
Yeah, that's actually, this is one of the most misunderstood things about children, that they always have good intention, and very seldom have bad results, because they have a small body and they didn't learn how to use the body, and they didn't learn all the rules of the physical universe. So many times they have bad results, and if the parents understand that there is good intention, he will always find the good intention, and then what the end result is, that you have a good-hearted person that helps and also bring good results. Because if you tell them no, you will not change their intention, but they will not help. They will withdraw. And you see by the age of 12, 13, there's no one to talk to. They tell you, hi, food, thank you, bye, that's it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And just knowing this is it's huge. It's huge with our relationship with Alina and with our daughter that's coming, because I mean everything. It's like, you know, like most people in their kitchens will have this cupboard where they have all their, like, the chemicals, right? The cleaning stuff and blah, blah. And so it's right under the sink at our place. And so she opened it the other day. I was doing dishes. She opened it. And I was like, I didn't even like second guess. I just let her. And she took the dishwashing liquid. She took it out. And she put it in front of the dishwasher because she wanted to help us put the, you know, I'm like,
always good
it's,
intention. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so beautiful to see. It's so beautiful to see.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get you.
The moment that you realize that's what's going on, you will see it. Otherwise, you will not see it, because you will stop it before you can see it.
Yep, exactly. 100%. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm so grateful for that. It's like huge.
Yeah, it is so important that that, in my opinion, that building up this willingness to help from on the own self-determinism, making sure that they are their own people, that we are not stealing from them this thing of being people. And don't tell them that you're a child, actually is as important, if not more important, than their safety. Why? Because if I try to make them safe, if my purpose will be to make them safe, then I'll put them in a box, just give them oxygen, food, and protect them, and they will be very protected, but they will die.
Yeah.
You don't want to protect your child. You want to make him so powerful that nothing can touch him. Very, very, very seldom a parent needs to get involved for safety reason,
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually after the parents made the child wrong for many, 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 many eons.
Yeah. 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 I mean, with like Alina, like we have stairs in our house, and to be safe, we ever since she was little, we've let her go up and down the stairs,
Yeah.
and it's great. It's great. So I see Edward had a question there,
Yeah.
Mayor. You see
I
it?
saw that. Yeah,
Yes.
hi Edward. So, how do you bring teens back from the withdrawal? Very, very good question. So, the thing that you need to do, if I was a parent that had such a problem, the first thing I will need to do is I will look at all the good things that I know about my child, about the teen, and write down what the good things that I have. I need to have at least 100, minimum 100 things that you write, not think, you write down about that person. And once you wrote at least 100 things about that person, you will get to a position, at one point, you'll get to a position where you will have something, this wave of admiration towards the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Once you will have this wave of admiration towards the kid will know. The kid will know. And the next thing that you will do, you make sure that for 2 weeks, you become a radar for all the amazing thing about him. And you tell him, wow, I love your hair. And I love you. And I love the fact that you're playing so well. And I love the fact that you have so many friends. And I love the fact that you are thinking for yourself and you do whatever you think is right. I really admire that in you. And I love the fact that you're not like everyone and you're not just a robot. You have your own opinion. And I love the fact that you're trying things that are unconventional. And and if you do that for 2 weeks, you will see that all of a sudden your child will start to talk to you. He will start to share with you things. And if you will, but you have to be really, really aware, whatever happened, you never surrender to an invitation to find anything wrong with your child. Anything. Nothing. If he's doing drugs, find what's right about it. If he's fighting with his mom, find what's right about it. And you will see that if you will understand him, if you will find what's right about it, all of a sudden he will start to talk to you. And once he will start to talk to you, for as long as you don't invalidate him, for as long as you just understand him, your job is there just to understand him, to really understand him, not to be a moving head, but really understand what's going on there. Ask questions that will make sense. Oh, tell me more, until you really get that. So you are like in his shoes. You really understand his viewpoint. That you'll say, yes, I've done the same when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Right.
And if you do that, you don't lie to him in the process, you will see the miracle that happened in 2 weeks. The same child that was not communicating, closing the door, not wanting next to you, regardless of how old he is, he will come and jump on you and kiss you. And I'm not exaggerating. I've seen it happening many times. I can tell you that since I've done it all my life with my kids, my son is 28 years old now. He's married. And whenever I see him, he still jump on me and kiss me and hug me and everything. And that's with all the kids. It's not only him.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see. We were there, and it was like I've always seen that beautiful relationship, and it's just like amazing. Well, so well done.
Thank you. And it's really simple. It's just to see the beauty in them, and they see the beauty in you.
Mm-hmm.
Just you see the beauty in them. What you see, they will see. Because they love you so much, regardless if they don't talk to you or argue with you or whatever. They love you secretly and admire you so much that they will become like you. Even if you look at yourself, you will see that even if you don't like your mother or your father, or you think that you are very wrong, you behave like them, like one of them. Yes, because your love to them is so much, you admire them for so much that you behave like them. And it is wow, unbelievable.
Yeah,
it is really wow. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like, I mean,
yeah,
I've seen that for sure, 100%. I've
yeah.
seen it myself.
Vishal say I like that, not faking it, but really meaning the admiration. 100%. You
Yeah,
cannot fake admiration if you fake the admiration. If you fake any part of this, anything. If you fake anything of this, it will not work because the
yep,
spirit knows.
yep.
The
They know.
spirit knows. If they will not know why, they know.
Yes,
No,
100%.
just know. They just know. So Saturday, tomorrow, 11
Yeah,
a.m.
tomorrow.
Wait, go right now and register. It is www.
Change, you've got yoga there.
I got yoga. Yes, not
There we go.
here.
Perfect.
Yes, and maybe I will just put the link also on the chat. mayorezra.com/family. Yes, let me see if I have it. Yes, here we go. So I've put it on the chat as well.
Perfect.
No, yes, 100%, very important. It is really, it's if you do those things, if you apply these simple principles, they're human, small body, they always have good intention. You must understand them like you want other people to understand you. Fight in front of your children with your spouse. If you do those things, not much, you will see that your children become really your children, because otherwise there are gradual steps becoming further and further away from you, despite the fact that they admire you.
Yeah,
Very fast.
100%. So,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah, I mean, I could go on. I mean, I have so many questions on family stuff, but we'll do another one of these. And everyone has to sign up tomorrow at 11. Don't delay. Sign up right now. Trust me with it. I did the Parent Academy, which was similar, but this is like on steroids. A few years ago with my wife, and it changes your whole viewpoint on relationships, on your children, on your marriage. It's amazing.
Yeah. So thank you, and thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate it that you're joining. People from South Africa, that it's really late for them. Israel. I see people from Canada. I see people from different places around the world. I see people in Instagram. Thank you. In Instagram, simply go and click on the link in the bio. And otherwise, I've put the link here on the chat, mayorezra.com/family. Be there tomorrow. You will see it. It will change your life. It is a family academy, but in reality, it is life academy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Awesome. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your time. You're amazing. Thank you for being such an amazing example. I mean, we've looked up to you for years and the family you have and what you've created. So thank you. And everyone sign up. Trust me, you won't regret it. It's going to change your life.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Bye. Ciao.